Hi there! For this video, we're going to talk about percentages. So, we start off by showing its formula and explaining more on what percentages are based on it. So, the formula of percentages is given by P equals, let's use a different color, R times B. For this one, P refers to the percentages, R refers to the rate or the percent, and base refers to the whole. So what percentages are? These are basically a measure of a portion. Indeed, since this B is the whole, we multiply a percent, or we try to get a portion of the whole, and that becomes the percentage. Note that we have put a percent in the rate, since the rate will often contain this symbol. So this is the formula that we would need in solving some examples on this one. So let's leave out this formula out here. And now let's try to solve some examples. So if we have, or if we are tasked to find the 12% of 800. So how do we solve this one? Now first observe that we already have the rate out here. So we have R equals 12%. Then since we're at 12% of 800. Now usually, this is the trick in determining the P, the R, and the B in these problems. When there is this word off before that number, that usually refers to the base. So this one refers to the base. And so we are tasked to find the P. So applying the formula out here, so this would give us R is 12% times the base, which is 800. Note that 12%, we can write that one as 0.12 and 800 out here. Now again, we can still convert this decimal into fraction, and that would give us 12 over 100 times 800. Now here, we can cancel out the zeros out here, leaving us with only 12 times 8, which is equal to 96. And that is the answer for this one. Let's go on to our next example. If we are tasked to find 144 is what percent of 900? Now for this one, observe that we're actually tasked to find the rate, since we are tasked to find the percent. Now again, since we have the keyword off out here, this 900 must refer to the base. And so this 144 is the percentage. So we have P equals 144, B equals 900, and the rate is the one that we need to find. So how do we solve this one? So from the formula, note that we can manipulate this to get our desired value. So we can actually divide B both sides, or we can have this one in both sides, and that would give us with the rate to be equal to P over B. And so this is what we simply need to solve. So this one is equal to 144 all over B is 900, and then we observe that these two are divisible by 9, so this one would be equal to 9 times, it's actually 16 all over 9 times 100. So we can cancel out the 9s out here. So we are left with 16 over 100, or in decimal form, 0.16. Since we are tasked to find the percent, we convert this to percent by simply moving 2 decimal places to the right. This would give us with 16%. So that is the answer for this one. Let's try this one last example. If we are tasked to find this one, 216 is 30% of what number? Now for this one, clearly again, 30% refers to the rate. Now, what is 216? Is it the percentage or the base? Well, observe here on the right that there is a keyword off before this one. So this one must refer to the base. So what we are finding is actually the base this time. So 216 must be the percentage. So we can write this one as P equals 216, R equals 30%, and the base as the one that we need to find. So going back on our formula again, we would have this one, and we can actually convert this one to our desired value. Since we are tasked to find the base, we can divide the rate in both sides like this one. And this would give us with the base is equal to the percentage over the rate. And so we simply apply the values that we already have out here, and that would give us with 216 in the numerator and 30% in the denominator. Or this one is simply in decimal form, 0.30 or 3, 0.3. Then again, when we divide with decimals, what we do is we move a decimal point to the right to make these two whole numbers. So since we move a decimal point below, we also do that above. And so this would become 2160 all over 3. And the outcome for this one is simply 720. So that is how we multiply. We compute for percentages as well as rates or bases if these are missing. So again, the key formula is this one. The P equals R times B. Then depending on what you need, you can manipulate this one. And also, another thing to remember is determining what is P, R, and B. Again, the key is for R, if it has a percent or a percentage symbol, that refers usually to the R. And if there is an off, the word off, before that number is usually the base. And so take note of these. And so that is all for this video.